Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions on Bounce TV and to our worldwide web viewers on www.sportsvisionsusa.com. Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend and traveling partner, Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, player?
Hey, man, I tell you what, I am satisfied because I've been talking this for the last month or so. Golden State, Cleveland in the finals. Guess what happened?
Golden State, Cleveland in the finals, player.
Coming up in just a little bit, we have opportunity to break down the finals. And not only that, we'll also talk about how in the world could the Golden State Warriors come back from 3 games down against 2 of the 3 best players or 2 of the 5 best players in the world.
It's top pressure basketball, pressure basketball.
We also had a chance to catch up with the University of Georgia's head football coach, Kirby Smart, a couple of weeks ago, and we'll have some interesting thoughts from him. All that and more next coming up on Sports Visions.
Selection now, saving now, value now. Columbus is Nissan Town, and the Nissan Now sales event is on now. Now, save $5,000 on a new Altima. That's right. Now, drive a new Altima, an IIHS top safety pick with $5,000 in savings. The best time to buy is right now.
Nissan Now sales event. Don't miss it. We'll see you soon. Headquarter Nissan.
I'm Sequoia Jackson Ishman, owner of Sailor J Swimwear, and I'm inviting you out to our 2nd annual Fashion Expo. Get your tickets today from one of our ticket selling locations or online at eventbrite.com. Early bird special ends on April 9th, so do not miss out on the hottest designers of 2016.
And welcome back to Sports Visions. Now the NBA Finals are set. Golden State pulled off the miraculous 7-game victory, of course, beating OKC 3 games. And again, when I just, I asked you off air, how in the world can a team beat 2 of the 5 best players in the NBA 3 games in a row?
Well, DJ, I mean, I'm not surprised if anybody could beat a team 3 games in a row, it would be Golden State. But really, man, OKC, I think they had a lot to do with them losing those 3 games. And when I say that, I mean, when you don't close out games, when you turn over, when you don't make big shots in the 4th quarter, and they'll tell you this, I don't care what the score is, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd quarter, the score in the 4th quarter, that is the indication on how that game is going to turn out, and you can't make turnovers like they do.
And when we're talking about this, of course, the Eastern Conference Finals, when you're talking about, the Western Conference Finals, when you talk about OKC going up against Golden State, and again, when they get down, Golden State gets down 3-1 with the killer Westbrooks, as well as one of the most talented kids in the, I say kid, one of the most talented players in the NBA, Kevin Durant. For them to come back and beat them 3 games in a row to close this thing out and go, it's destiny. It has to be destiny, Dale. And because I say that because, again, you talk about the great season that they had, breaking the record of the Chicago Bulls of the regular season victories. Again, Steph Curry going down with injuries late in the playoffs. And, again, to get down 3 games to a team that obviously has more talent, yet still rise to the occasion.
Well, DJ, like I said, I'm going to give Golden State the credit and not hamper on all the naysayers about OKC. I mean, really, they're a pressure team. They can close games out. They hit 3s after 3s after 3s, and no lead is a safe lead with Golden State. And I think really they get people so enamored with the 3-point shooting, the 3 points, that they become a finesse game. How many 3s that you can hit? Because the winner, the team that hits the most 3s when you're playing Golden State, that's who usually wins. It's real simple. But somebody's got to get a little physical with these guys, DJ, because you cannot let Steph Curry and Thompson run around just willy-nilly. You got to put your hands on them.
And you know what? You say that, I know what you're saying, but at the same time, these are grown men being guarded by guys who obviously supposedly more talented. They didn't just let them run around. Again, they can't stop them. And, of course, this has been going on all year long. Nobody has been able to stop Stephon Curry, although we talk about his limitations. We talk about his lack of size. We talk about everything that he doesn't supposed to have. But all we know is that we got people upset because he was the unanimous choice of the MVP, and the fact that, you know, he's able to do what he's able to do, regardless of whether it's, you know, Durant talking, whether it's LeBron talking, whether it's the old schoolers talking. You know, this kid is amazing.
He's special, DJ, and I mean, really, you know, that's all you can say about him. I mean, really, he can make shots, 30, 35, 40-foot shots. I mean, he has a quick release. I mean, he shoots fluent. He has a killer instinct, and he's a closer. And I mean, but that closer piece is big. Shooting at will, unconscious about where he is on the court. I mean, in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's when you win championships. In the fourth quarter, DJ, you got to close this thing out, man. And that's what OKC then did. They don't have a killer instinct, and they don't close.
And much has been said about Durant and Coach Westbrook's playing together, saying, of course, Westbrook might be one of the most talented point guards ever as far as athletic ability, combination of his, you know, ball handling but his decision making when you're a point guard, that's the most important. I think that trumps even the athletic part of it.
Well, you know, really the most startling statistic I heard was that he had 31 turnovers during the finals. That's more than anybody in NBA history. That tells you a lot. And I kind of hold Billy Donovan a little accountable too, DJ. I think you have to call plays with some of those guys because letting them willy-nilly and free Nance, I mean, Westbrook knows one speed. He's going straight for the goal. He's going to dish it maybe. He's going to try to find Durant. Kevin Durant disappears at big times of the game in the fourth quarter. As good as he is, DJ, you got to control the game as the head coach and manage the game. I don't see that because these guys have no discipline, and that really caused them a visit to the NBA Finals.
Now, you just mentioned something that I paid attention to, the discipline part of it. You can see them bickering at each other early in the game. I mean, you're talking about a team that was already up 10, 12, 13 points early in the game. But, again, there's something wrong. And I don't know if it's a chemistry issue, but it's something wrong because these young guys are out there, you know, arguing at each other, pointing and blaming. And that doesn't happen when you're a team that's destined for a championship.
Well, really, I think the bickering piece, you got to do away with that. You got to be a cohesive group, especially in the fourth quarter. I just think really it got to the point where they needed to be managed. And how many games they lost in the fourth quarter this year? That was one big sign against them because they lost a lot of games in the fourth quarter. And boom, it comes up again. They lose games in the fourth quarter. But I think Billy Donovan got to do a better job of managing and coaching these guys in the fourth quarter. You know who's hot. You know what they can do. But they cannot go on automatic pilot because they got a lot of bickering going on. If Westbrook's going to shoot the ball, I mean, if he's going to pass one time, Durant will run and hide somewhere. But if he gets open, he'll shoot. But he disappears in the fourth quarter. And you're the baller, man. You got to close this thing out, DJ.
Well, OKC has been buried. Of course, Golden State's going to go on, and they're going to take it on Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll have opportunity to break down the King and Steph Curry.
Hi, I'm Philip Dabbitt with ENS Men's Clothing Warehouse. We'd like to say thank you, Columbus and the Bi-City area, for 20 great years on Macon Road in the heart of Columbus. We're inviting you out to our 20th anniversary sale with bigger savings and deals than ever before.
To help show our appreciation, ENS is offering complete suit and tux packages only $99. Jackets, pants, shirts, and ties, a $199 value for just $99. Find us on Facebook for details on how to win a suit or tux package. Come celebrate our 20th anniversary. ENS, where you get more for a whole lot less.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. It's now the rematch that people have been waiting for since last year. Obviously, LeBron James went into the finals against Golden State. He didn't have as many of his weapons as he has now.
That's right. He didn't have his boys with him last year. He's got a healthy Tyree Irving and a healthy Kevin Love. I think it's going to be a whole lot different, DJ. But you know what? I think the outcome is going to be the same.
Well, a lot of people are, saying that The Cavaliers should win it. Again, I say it's destined that Golden State will win it because, again, when you talk about the season that these guys have had, just think about this. Steph Curry, of course, winning the MVP, as I mentioned earlier, but also the fact that they won 73 games, something that nobody else has done in the history of the NBA. And right on top of that, in the playoffs, what they just did to OKC, and I know that OKC was in the last segment, but to come down, to come back from 3 games down to take it, that's destiny. I see them going ahead and putting a cherry on top by winning the World Championship.
One of only 10 teams that ever to come back from a 3-1 deficit and make it to the final. That to me, that's big and involvement. Like you said, we talked about this off there about being destined, predestined for these guys. I mean, 73-9. You're one of the only 10 teams ever in the NBA history to come back from that. You got shooters that can throw the ball up from anywhere and score. They got to shoot, DJ, field goal. They got to shoot at least 48% sometime. And when you find yourself having a lead, if you Cleveland, if you OKC, there's a lead. There's no such thing as a big lead because they can come back. They can walk you down. If they're 5, they're 7 points down. That's attainable for them anyway. And then the confidence level, DJ, the confidence level that they do play with, that's big. And I don't think Cleveland have that. Other than LeBron James, they got to play almost a perfect game to beat these guys. Kevin Love got to be on. J.R. Smith's got to be on. Kyrie Irving's got to be on. They got, and I think really, they just got to be on, DJ.
Well, one thing is for sure that we do know that when you talk about Cleveland, they obviously didn't have as much firepower as they're going to have in these finals. And I know that, just as much as Cleveland is asking for Golden State is asking for Cleveland because, again, you got to remember, right after they won the title last year, people were saying, okay, you didn't beat a full-strength Cleveland Cavalier team. Now, the table is set. So here's an opportunity for this team that I think got disrespected as world champions last year, for them to come back and say, okay, now you got all your guns, you got all your weapons, we're going to beat you, and that's going to settle the score.
And DJ, they've been having that chip on their shoulders the whole year. But I think really Cleveland has an X factor, Shannon Fry. If this guy comes off the bench and he's hitting threes like he's capable of hitting threes and been hitting threes, he's the X factor. J.R. Smith's got to play a consistent game. They got to get after these guys defensively. I think the X factor for Golden State, DJ, I think it's going to be Klay Thompson. If Klay keeps on shooting and hitting like he's hitting, Steph's going to do his thing. That's just a gimme. And if he's healthy, and I think really they've been doing a good job of keeping this guy healthy, but I really think he's beat up a lot. And Cleveland's got to get physical with these guys. And if they get physical with them, I think they can make it a whole different ball game.
What you just said about Steph Curry's health, that is the X factor as far as I'm concerned because, again, we saw him miss literally 2 weeks of the playoffs with a knee injury, has a banged-up elbow. And, again, he tweaked his knee in Game 7.
Yes,
we don't know. Again, he came back and had a strong performance. But, again, we just don't know at what level this guy can perform. We just know that he's been there. He's been their wonder guy. And hopefully he can, be this full tilt guy to lead them and will them to win in these finals.
Well, DJ, like you say, his health will be an X factor. I think really, other than that, most of the players are healthy and ready to go. But that chip being on Golden State's shoulder all year, they really want to prove that they were champions and they were worthy of that honor. I think Steph Curry wants to prove that he is the 2-time MVP. I think really for the LeBron James piece is concerned, LeBron's, he's already the best player on the planet, I think. But at the same time, he wants to prove that he's still the man and he's the MVP. And this is an opportunity for him to win a championship, and that's how he's being counted by how many championships he wins.
Well, the first 2 games are in Golden State, and then the second set of games are in Cleveland. And, who knows? Again, one thing that I do know is for sure, we'll probably see more jump shooters in this finals than we've ever seen because of the great shooters with Golden State and with Cleveland.
Well, see, that's one thing Cleveland got to be aware of, not to get stuck on that jump shooting and those 3-pointers. And I think that's how Golden State really coax their opponents into shooting threes just like they shooting threes, DJ. But nobody can shoot at the percentage that Golden State shoot. I mean, really, and if you get caught up in that and you say, yeah, you want to hit threes, you're going to lose. I mean, really, I think if the Cleveland Cavaliers try to match 3-3 against Golden State, they're going to lose, DJ.
Well, I beg to differ because if anybody can match them, again, you got to be on. But, the math just doesn't add up when Golden State is shooting threes and Cleveland's going to be going to the hole shooting twos. You got to do what you do best. And, again, Cleveland made it all the way to the finals by playing a great combination of course, shooting threes as well as running their offense. And Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Golden State Warriors, they got the best shooters on the planet.
Well, you hear it in football, you're going to hear it in basketball. The team that plays the best defense is going to win because somebody's got to play some defense.
To be honest with you, I don't think you're going to see much defense in these finals.
Somebody's got to play some defense.
All right. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have opportunity to talk to Coach Kirby Smart, University of Georgia's new head football coach. If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come see us at Express Motors, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama. Or give us a call, 334-384-9101, with hundreds of vehicles to choose from. In-house financing, the right vehicle at the right price for you. We don't want all your business, just yours. Come see us, 1210 14th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, or go online, www.expressmotorspc.com.
Live in the spotlight with Sports Life Entertainment. Enjoy our 50-passenger luxury party buses or corporate coaches. For more information, contact us at 770-989-1340. And remember, it's all about that sports life.
Scott Sawyer with Diverse Power. Diverse Power wants our customers to enjoy all the benefits that reliable, consistent electric service provides. Our BPI certified technicians offer duct blaster testing of your HVAC ductwork to locate leaks. We also offer a full blower door examination that will qualify homeowners and home builders to meet the new Energy Code building standards. At Diverse Power, we offer innovation through vision, quality through service.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. We've been talking NBA for the first two segments, but again, a couple of weeks ago, University of Georgia head coach Kirby Smart had an opportunity to come in town to talk to the Bulldog Nation. We were there, and of course, we had an opportunity to ask an array of questions. Most importantly, obviously, we talked about the quarterbacks, and he had his answers for that. I don't think that he answered it to my satisfaction. However, the kicking game, Tate Crowder, local favorite. It's a lot of things, a lot of questions, including the kicking game that we had opportunity to talk to him about.
And, DJ, there's still a lot of question marks out there, really making the transition. And I think Kirby's done a good job making the transition, even flowing into the recruiting, the upcoming 2016 class, and also that the 2017 class that they're talking about. It's a lot of things to deal and talk about, but I think really the defensive piece, that's what Kirby knows, is defense. When you start talking about the quarterback piece, everybody wants to know, is Jason Eason is the real deal? Is he ready right now? All these questions he's been answering over and over again. And I'm going to tell you, DJ, we won't find out till this summer when they get ready to play North Carolina in the Kickoff Classic.
All right. Let's hear from the coach.
Yeah, Tay's done a great job for us. Tay's gotten a lot bigger and a lot more physical. He picked up the offense pretty quick. He got a lot of reps this spring. We got to carry the ball. I think he's starting to run with better pad level. And we're excited about what he can do. And he really got to help us on special teams first and foremost, because it's a big part of what we do, and he's kind of bought into that. So I've enjoyed watching Tay progress. We had him in camp at University of Alabama, so I got to see him when he was, I think, a ninth grader, and he's come a long way. Yeah, for 15 practices, we've watched them all perform, and as coaches, we're charged with the job of deciding which one does best. And over 15 practices, it's been really balanced. And each kid has his strengths, and each kid's got some things they got to work on, and we've tried to encourage them to do that. But when you look at it from a total picture of everything they've done, they are balanced, and that's what we have to do as coaches. So his plan right now is to start out at running back, and he felt like after spring ball, that's what he wanted to do. I had my exit meeting with him, and he was very encouraged by his progress, and thinks he can pick up on things. He didn't get but I think 2 practices before the spring game he got to practice at running back. So he's really excited about doing it and opening some things up. He's kind of a different running back than those other guys, probably more in the Sony mold, and gets to run and catch the ball and flex out. So we're excited about using him that way, and I was pleased to hear that he wanted to continue to do it.
good reps this year? Or is this
Probably too early to tell just from that one game. You know, there was times in the spring game he didn't know the play call. I mean, it was tough on him because he didn't know the entire offense. So we'll find out early in camp. And I think he's got the stature. I think he needs to add a little bit of weight. And he's such a electric kid, and it means so much to him that we can get the ball to him different ways, tosses and things. But I'm pleased with his attitude more than anything. Dale's a guy I've known for a long time. Dale does a great job in recruiting. Dale's kids respect Dale. He's very demanding. He's tough on them. He was the same way here at Carver High School, and I've always had a lot of respect for what he does. And he's tearing it up right now on the road, and he's a guy that communicates well with the kids that we're trying to get. Yeah, Nick's come along really well. As I said last night over in Macon, he's a guy that they send me videos of and show me progress that he's making, and it's really important to Nick that everybody knows how hard he's working, because you don't get noticed when you're over there with the trainers a lot of the time. And he's a kid that takes a lot of pride in that. He's shown a lot more leadership in our program, which I think that's something we've needed, and he's kind of taken on that role himself, which is good. Yeah, Jawan's got a little internal discipline going on currently, and it's still some more to come, but that's really it with Jawan. Obviously, it's not a good situation, but it's a situation that we've addressed, and we've had some other guys on the team that didn't have a driver's license that we've now corrected. Well, I think the first key to buying in is gaining trust. So it's not so much culture change as it is trust factor with our players. We're being very demanding. We've been very tough on them. We've changed the weight program. We've done a lot of things to encourage guys to get bigger and stronger and faster and buy into what we believe. But you can't do that without spending time with your kids and making sure they trust what you're telling them. A lot of these kids we didn't recruit, so we've got to spend time with them to gain that trust, and that's what we've tried to do to create a better culture. He's going to have to be able to play both. You know, obviously the tackle is harder to play, so we're short on tackles. He's got to play there, but if something were to happen, he could always go back and play guard. He got some work there this spring as well. Yeah, right now most of our kids are finishing up finals. They've got finals next 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, so we're hanging on there, making sure they're doing well and finishing up strong. And then they'll come back. Some will come Maymester, some will come June 1st. They'll have a pretty intense summer workouts, which we get to be a part of some of the time. We'll have 14 new guys roll in June 1st to 8th sometime in there, and we'll keep them going. They'll get to throw 7-on-7 on their own, and then we'll report to camp somewhere at the end of July. So we're looking forward to it. A lot of good energy going on around that building right now, so that's good. Saying the same thing, I'm more of a tight end guy than a fullback guy. If you look at the course of scholarships in the SEC, I don't think you'll find a whole lot of fullbacks that were signed to be fullbacks. You find tailbacks that were converted. You find O-linemen that might be converted that could run. But we try to put our value on size, and most fullbacks are not 6'3", 240 pounds. Most tight ends are. That doesn't mean we won't play with a fullback. We have a fullback on our roster now who does a good job, and we'll play with him, but he's actually not a scholarship player right now. So it's one of those situations that we try to get the best quality player that can play the most positions, and sometimes a fullback is more limited. So there'll be fullbacks in our offense. There probably won't be scholarship fullbacks in our offense right now. I really just want to avoid that question that DJ's trying to ask. So, no, I'm just kidding. The kicking game, you know, again, we've talked about it throughout spring and talked about it in the spring game. You know, I think those kids have really shown improvement and really worked hard. Obviously, the biggest concern right now would probably be punter, because obviously we didn't have Marshall there in spring, so we're looking forward to getting him in and getting him punting and kicking some. And obviously we've got another kicker coming, so we're going to see him kick and have a really great competition in fall camp for the kicking job as well as the punting job with Bryce pushing Marshall. So looking forward to that. Thanks, guys.
A smile is the most admirable thing you can wear. And for anyone age 1 to 101, Cook Dental Care has a smile for you. Dr. Kathy L. Cook offers a wide range of individualized, innovative services from basic preventative dentistry to specialized care. We provide comprehensive dental care for the entire family, including pediatric. Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome. So for your family's dental care, visit Cook Dental Care.
I'm Sequoia Jackson Ishman, owner of Sailor J Swimwear, and I'm inviting you out to our second annual Fashion Expo. Get your tickets today from one of our ticket selling locations or online at eventbrite.com. Early bird special ends on April 9th, so do not miss out on the hottest designers of 2016.
Why do we have Aflac?
Aflac?
And Major Medical.
Major Medical, boy, yeah! I help pay the doctor. Ain't that enough for you?
There are things Major Medical doesn't do. Aflac pays cash so we don't have to fret.
Something families should get.
Like a safety net.
Even helps pay deductibles to cover your back with.
Learn about one-day pay at aflac.com/wrap.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Visions. Man, I tell you, I'm just excited that, for the next week and a half or so, we'll have an opportunity to have an excuse to watch some championship basketball and, again, get together with friends and family and just enjoy it.
It's a great opportunity. Day parties, cookouts, playing, waiting on the basketball game. It's going to be interesting. I hope it goes 7 games, DJ. Regardless who wins, I hope it goes 7 games. And, that's where legends are born in the NBA Finals.
Yes, indeed. And, of course, when you talk about Georgia, again, Kirby Smart, I think he's way off and ahead of his program as far as getting it where it needs to be. Now it's just a matter of going to camp this summer here and deciding a few as far as who's going to be, is the running back position going to be summed up with Chubb? Is he's going to be healthy? Of course, naming Easton, as I say, he won't give it away, but I'm saying that Easton is going to be the starter. And some other things that he has to shore up.
He's got a lot of storylines, and really, people are saying, they're glad to have Kirby, but really, I'll tell you one thing, DJ, and we've always talked about this. The expectations are still the same. I still think Georgia has a good enough team to compete in the SEC East and the West. So I know Kirby deep down inside. He knows that they can compete. So it's going to be interesting, man.
Speaking of competing, I know we hit it on it last week, but again, for the next several weeks, we'll talk about these camps because parents, we want to make sure that you hear us when we say if you want your kid to get better, if your kid is committed to being better, he has to get involved in some camps. And we got some camps, some local camps going on right here, whether you're a football player or basketball player, they need to get involved with.
They need to get involved with. We just had the Champions of Character Elite Camp. You got the Isaiah Crowell camp coming in June 10th. It's a lot of camps to get involved in. There's a lot of things that you could do, but parents, you got to look into getting your kids to camp. Whether they got to go to Auburn camp, whether they go to Georgia camp, regardless, it's some opportunities for your kid to get better this summer. Whatever grade they're in, they can get better at a camp this summer.
And for you folks that are still in the NBA mood, of course, you got some ballers in the house. You got, of course, you got a camp with Mike Jones coming up on July the 11th through the 16th. And again, when you say free camps or camps that are going to make you better, you want to have opportunity to work with these kind of folks, that professional athletes that are coming back teaching our kids. Again, of course, Sam Mitchell's camp will be starting on July the 18th. So make sure that you don't pass up these opportunities for these local camps.
I mean, really, camps are there. Parents, keep your kids busy this summer, and I tell you, they're going to grow better. They're going to eat you out of the house and the home, but they're going to get better. Look at it as an investment, and I guarantee you it pays off during the season.
All right. That's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you.